Hello, and I'm Aaron Weintraub, and welcome to this conversation with Peace at Home Parenting Solutions founder and President Ruth Freeman. We're here today to talk about meaningful holidays. Spring is a time when many traditions have their own rituals and holidays, and parents are left wondering how to communicate those to their children. We're lucky enough today to be talking to Ruth, who teaches an entire class on this and has a few tips that will make a big difference for us. Thank you, Ruth. So first of all, what do you feel like is most important for parents to know, remember, or think about as they approach their own holiday traditions this spring?
Well, I think there's two most important things. I love this topic. I really did create a whole hour-long class on it, so I'll have to contain myself. But the two things I want parents to remember is, first of all, decide to enjoy it. I know that as a mom, my thing is always trying to help everybody be happy. And I'm envisioning everybody who's going to be part of it. And I'm thinking, what would this person like? What is that person like? And when we decide to enjoy the holiday, when I think about what do I enjoy, what's going to make it positive for me, the whole thing goes so much better. And we know that children are always looking to us to signal how the world is. They're looking to us, and often, and I have to say, this is probably not politically correct, but it's often the moms in my world that are running around making it happen, and we don't look like we're enjoying ourselves. We don't look like this is a joyful experience or a spiritual one or a meaningful one. We look like it's a stress experience. So I think number one is to plan to enjoy it and think about what brings you joy. And number two, the second also most important thing is that what kids really want, even though they're telling you they want this and that and this and that, they really want the people they love, and they want to be with the people they love and feel that connection and closeness. And all of our holiday plans should be, from my point of view, guided by those two principles.
I love that. So speaking from your own experience in a, the broadest sense that you can, because different traditions have different ways of celebrating, what are the things, when you think about those things, as we ask parents to identify them for themselves, like that bring them joy about those traditions? If you think back to the way you've marked spring holidays or winter holidays, what are the broad categories that you've identified that bring you joy about that?
Well, I mean, I actually like cooking, so I enjoyed that part of it naturally. And I also, what I taught myself in putting these classes together was to plan with everybody. There's actually research that says when holidays are planned by one, typically woman, ages 40 to 59, which is exactly how it went down in my family. Passover, my grandmother did all of Passover. My grandfather would be at the head of the table, but my grandmother would be running around everywhere and doing everything. When it's planned by one person, it doesn't get passed on. No one did Passover after she died. It didn't happen like that. It died with her. But when we plan holidays as a team or as a group, or a few of us make it happen, those traditions go on. And I've seen that in my family. So what I like is talking to everybody in advance and saying, okay, what do we want to do for Passover? What do we want to do for the spring equinox? And do that together, whoever's making it happen. And in our family, it could be just the kids and us, and talking with them about what's the part of this that you really like? Which part do you want to be responsible for? I mean, there's so many, and it's that thinking and planning together, I think, that makes it really special.
So along with that theme of talking to your family and planning and hearing everybody, another thing that strikes me about these spring holidays, the equinox, Easter, Ramadan, Passover, that dovetails nicely with a lot of other advice that we give for Peace at Home, is this idea of a temporal landmark. It's an agreed upon time to get a fresh start, right? And those happen in mini doses on Mondays or birthdays, but that cluster of spring holidays and winter holidays are really powerful ones, because so many people, regardless of their religious or traditions, mark those. So with that in mind, how do you think a parent could approach bringing that idea of renewing routines and things into that conversation?
Well, I mean, I like the equinoxes, those markers. I like the calendar markers. Um, and I think they're great times to talk about, sometimes you can just have open-ended conversations with your kids. What do you like about our family? What's difficult about our family? If you could change one thing about our family, and everybody gets a turn to talk about that. And I think these are great times to just set aside, let's go for a walk, or let's sit and draw together, or let's chat about um, how can we solve this problem together. I actually was talking with a dad recently who was very worried about his daughter's eating issues, which is we're hearing about a lot. And I said to him, maybe you need to talk with the whole family about this, because he did it one way and the mom did it a different way, and they all talked about food differently. And he said, when his daughter brought it up, and then he said, I don't know that any one of us can fix this, but maybe together as a family we can think about how we handle eating and talking about eating in our family. And he said it was just like the sun rose. It was, things just seemed different after that. And I think us not thinking of ourselves as the experts because we're the parents, we should know everything, but being a bit more inclusive and thinking about changes is ideal.
Great, thank you. So I want to end by just maybe you could help me to restate those first two things that you said were so important for parents to remember, and then any final thought you want to add to the end of that. So I remember you said that it's critical that parents find their own joy in the holiday in order to communicate that and pass it to their children. What was the second one?
The second one is that what kids really want for holidays are the people they love, and
Right.
to spend time with the people they love.
Well, that I think is a great note to end on. And we at Peace at Home Parenting wish all of you happy holidays, whatever and however you're celebrating it. And we look forward to seeing you in class soon.
Thanks, Erin.
Thank you, Ruth.